Inside this freezer here, I've been keeping for the last 3 days a large 5-inch dial minimum maximum bimetal thermometer, item number AB803, that I got from lively.com. In this mini review, I'll explain some of its features and how it works out for me. There are two other thermometers next to it. One is still in the freezer. It's a freezer thermometer. It's a different make, different model, just for control and comparing the temperature readouts. And another one is a digital thermometer, this one with a memory function. So if I switch it on, it's going to display ambient air temperature. At the moment is 22.5 degrees here in this room, and here is the minimum maximum button. So if I press it once, the maximum temperature is displayed with a black small triangle pointing up, and press it one more time, the minimum temperature is going to be displayed with a down pointing arrow, minus 26 degrees Celsius. So that's the, and then it toggles back or jumps back to ambient air temperature. So the coldest in the freezer was negative 26 degrees, and I put this one down. Let's take a look at this AB803. The current reading on it is, and I just have one shot at it, is negative 18 degrees. The black one is the actual indicator that needs to be read. The red one is the maximum. Sorry, the dial works for the maximum needle, and the blue needle or blue indicator is for the minimum. So how this works is you can set these dials, you can set these needles by rotating their small dials here. One is stacked above the other, starting with the biggest one that's moving the red, and then the blue one. And as the black needle moves along the scale, as it warms up, it's going to pick up some temperature here real soon, there, and then it's going to push in front of it. In this case, because the temperature is going to rise, the red needle is going to be pushed in front of it. So this works wonderfully well. It doesn't need a battery. It's like its name suggests, there is a bimetal mechanism inside. Air goes in through the slots, and it's also adjustable here at the back. It says unit can be calibrated using center adjustment screw. Now I don't know if I have enough light there, just about. There's the center adjustment screw, so you can check its temperature, I don't know, at the melting point of ice. So the negative 18 was being read on the inboard gauge here. That's where you can see Celsius, and on the outboard gauge you can see Fahrenheit degrees. So you can see temperature is slowly rising. It's pushing the red needle in front of it as the little bimetal inside expands, and that translates into this rotation. One problem with this instrument is that this is a mechanical fit on the needles that or on these knobs that rotate the red and blue needles, and as the temperature drops, you kind of saw it. I didn't have too much time to really explain it and show it at the same time, but did you see that huge jump on it? Yeah, so it all depends, the operation of these knobs and those needles depends on mechanical fit, and as metals expand, this mechanical fit is also affected, or as metals cool. So the clearances between these knurled knobs here, or adjustment knobs, is so tiny, which it should be, because otherwise the needles don't stay in place, so that it makes an inaccurate reading, especially in negative temperatures. You could see what happened, these huge jumps in the needle. Temperature is linear, it doesn't go in jumps. These jumps that you saw, that one again, is due to the mechanical fit between these adjustment needles. Now, just for contrast, let me fish out this freezer thermometer made by, I don't know, NSF, something like that. It's negative 20 degrees Celsius. Import scale is Celsius, outboard scale is Fahrenheit. So it was at negative 20, it was covering the negative 20. Now as it is in my hand and ambient air is affecting, it's also a bimetal thermometer. You can see it steadily rises in temperature and evenly. I really don't want you to watch it for the next 30 minutes or whatever, what happens as the temperature rises to indicate the air temperature, but this needle moves evenly. This one moves and jumps. So how does this work for gardening? Well, it could work for gardening if you're interested in positive temperatures. It's fairly reasonable in positive temperatures, but in terms of reading negative temperatures, because of the shrinking of the metal sleeves that are involved in this adjustment knobs there, it's its reliance on this mechanical fit, it's not really working out in negative temperatures. It actually doesn't show much anything colder than -20, because everything just freezes together, shrinks together and gets stuck, and then it doesn't move. So it doesn't really go down to -40, in which I was interested in taking measurements of outside, outside air temperature. So it's not really working out for that as a weather instrument. It only really works on the above 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. And from then on it's rising steadily, pushing the red needle in front of it with a reasonable evenness from here on. So that's how it is working. I'm gonna return it to the store. It's already been exchanged once, that's why I have two of these boxes, that I ended up with two identical boxes, because the first one that I got, the adjustment mechanism was too loose or too tight. I don't remember, it was like 10 months ago, but this must go back to the store as well, because it's just not working out.